Guys, welcome back to another fantastic video. So last video was about why I haven't posted in a while, and it was about like just juuling and stuff like that, and I don't know, it's kind of cool. I like doing the format of the type of video that that I've been making and stuff like that. I don't know, maybe I don't know, I'll try more of it. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm gonna put a little more effort in this video since I know that what I was attempting actually worked and how to do that and all that. So today we're gonna be talking about the beginning. So originally I had posted this video twice, but it came out first time it came out amazing, but I had to take it down because people got offended and stuff. But I'm gonna remake that video because I don't care what people say. I don't care what people think. This is the truth. This is how it went down. People say, "Oh, you shouldn't have posted that video. You shouldn't have posted that video." But listen. I'm not gonna be talking trash about people, and if I offend anybody, I'm sorry because you did it. So it's not my fault. This is part one. Let's get it. So in the very beginning, it was summertime, hanging out with my cousin, and I'm talking to this girl. One thing leads to another, and she stops talking to me. School starts, freshman year, ninth grade. I'm walking down the hall. I'm talking to my friend Carter, and my this kid named Matt. He's like kind of my friend. Last year he was really cool with me. We were all chill. Carter and Matt and I were chill, but this year he was kind of different. He was like saying, "Oh yeah, I'm dating this girl named Sadie. She's like a sophomore." He kept bringing it up and kept bringing it up. I'm like, "Okay, cool. Like it's not a big deal, right?" So I see this girl and I'm like, "Yo, Carter, like, feel like I know this girl, but like I don't know." Week goes by and I'm like, "Carter, like, bro, I feel like I know this girl." And he's like, "Oh, well, go talk to her." And I'm like, "No, man, it's fucking weird because I feel like I've known this girl like my entire life, but like I don't know her, and it'd be weird if I just walked up and said, 'Hey, do I know you?'" Long story short, I go in the tech office and I'm like, "Hey, do I know you?" And she was like, "Yeah, from Snapchat." Bam, boom, locked in. I was like, I knew it. I was like, I knew it. I didn't say anything out loud, but I knew it. And she walked out the door, and I looked at her ass, and I was like, damn. And she heard me, and she was showing off and stuff. And I'm like, "Carter, bro, like I knew it. That's the girl I talked to over break on Snapchat." And he's like, "Oh, okay." I'm like, he's like, "Well, what are you gonna do?" And I'm like, "I don't know because she's with Matt. I think Matt took my girl, but like I'm not gonna like flip out about it. Like he's finally happy, and they were able to go to like Portland. She was doing stuff with him that I could never do. So I was like, I'm not gonna screw that, bro code. Even though if he was being an ass lately, it's not like something I'm gonna do. Uh, was it like, no, I'm not really sure about dates, but a few days later, I end up going from the art room into the library to go print something off for a project. And I see Matt with this girl named Kiki, who, I'll explain what happened to her later, but, he was basically cheating on Sadie with this girl named Kiki in the library. And he's like, "Yo, come here." And I'm like, I come over, and I'm like, you know, I'm not sure if you guys know me, but like from my last videos or like when I was younger, but in middle school, I was horrible. I was like, I made some really messed up mistakes and I did some stuff that I regret. So he was like, "Oh, yo, like, I dare you to kiss her." And I'm like, "Yo, like, I'm good." And because I had turned and I saw that Sadie was like really upset and she was like maybe not even like 20 feet away. Like, it was 15 feet away and she had her head down. She was crying. She was upset about like everything that was happening. And, I'm like, "Yeah, bro, like, you do you." I mean, I don't know if you're like cheating on Sadie or not with this. Like I kept asking him like what the deal was with Sadie. He's like, "Don't worry about Sadie. Don't worry about Sadie." So it's like clearly, it seemed like an open relationship. I wasn't sure. I was asking him like what the story was, and he wouldn't tell me. So I left. I printed off my stuff, and I'm walking out the door, and I swear this is when the connection started, like the true connection that Sadie and I had started. I'm walking out the door, and I open up the door, and I start walking out, and I put my first foot through the door, my right foot, and I stop, and I turn around, and I look at Sadie, and like I swear, she was crying. She looked up slowly and smiled, and I smiled back, and I left. And that was it. That's all that I needed. Like, that's all that happened. That's when I knew that I truly liked her. And I didn't really care about Matt, and I just knew what I wanted. So, later on, her and Matt end up breaking up, and I'm like that supportive guy. That I'm not gonna be like a dick and say, "Yo, I just slipped in." No, I wasn't like that. I was being very supportive. I was trying to be there for her, and we ended up hanging out a lot, and we ended up in the auditorium, and that's when I asked her out, and like stuff led to another, not like but not first kiss or anything related to that, but like and that relationship just grew and grew and grew, and next thing I know, um, what was it? I'm trying not to skip, but I'm trying to give you guys an overview. Oh yeah, Freiburg Fair came around. I had never gone to the fair and not met up with my friend Jenna because like Jenna, I've mentioned Jenna in other stories, but like Jenna's like she's one of my inspirations for why I started this channel, and Jenna's also uh I don't know, it's tradition that I'd meet up with Jenna at the fair, and one time I didn't, and I did meet up with her this year, but I met up with Sadie. And Sadie has a sister, and Sadie's sister has a boyfriend named Royce, and he's cool, And we're all tight, it's all good. And next thing I know, Matt, he beat me. Like I don't know, I was at the ticket booth and I was waiting in line. Matt's there, and I'm like, okay, hey, what's up? Like, I mean, I didn't want him to be there because it was kind of like a date between Sadie and I, but he was like hanging out around us and like stuff. And anyways, we ended up getting food, and he pocketed like $20 of my money and gave me four back, and I just like I flipped out. He got me all like pissed off. He's like, "What? You don't want your money?" Because I didn't want the $4. I wanted the entire like I wanted all of it. I didn't want the little, I didn't want a penny out of the $100 bill. You know what I mean? Like that's not what I want. So I wouldn't take it. Then he just started saying like, "Oh, you're such a little bitch," and that's when I decked him right in the face, and like he hit the ground, but he got back up, and he was like, "If you ever do that again, I'll kick your ass," and I'm like, "Yeah, bet." Because I'll fuck you up right now. Like I was just so pissed off, and like said he was trying to calm me down and stuff. And long story short, um, Matt had always been like kind of like harassing me and harassing my friend Michael, and it was just getting really annoying. He also started harassing, Sadie and stuff. But that's not really a big deal right now anymore. Because we're kind of cool, we're kind of mellowed out. We're kind of becoming friends again. I'm deciding if I want to unblock him or not, but I don't think I will on Facebook. But and well, yeah. Sadie ended up breaking up with me the first time, and I'm not really sure what that was over, but I'm pretty sure that's because, um, yeah, I don't know. I just know that she broke up with me four times, and that it was because she wanted to have a thing instead of a relationship. I'm pretty sure the first time was because, um, like people just said some horrible stuff. People in our school talk about it, just horrible and stuff, and they always bring up the worst, and they try like I don't know. I can see why people hurt themselves though. Like a lot of people do hurt themselves in my school. I'm not one of the people though. Um, I'm not gonna mention names of who. And personally, I think that people that hurt themselves are like dumb because it's like it's gross. You gotta find other ways. Like I'd rather be depressed my entire life and not hurt myself than hurt myself and be depressed because I feel like hurting yourself makes everything worse, just makes every like feeling you have intensify and stuff like that. I'm not sure. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, we ended up breaking up four times, and like I said, the first time was because people were talking crap and like she didn't want to have to deal with it. I was like, yo, like if you love me, then you shouldn't have to like end a relationship with me because of all this stuff. And I'm like, all right, whatever. We ended up getting back together, and then she broke up because she wanted to have a thing. We got back together. She broke up. She wanted to have a thing. We got back together, and then she broke up because she wanted to have a thing. We didn't get back together. So that was the fourth time. And I was like, listen, like, you want a thing in our relationship, and I want a relationship, and you want a thing, and that's just not gonna work. Like, I don't want to have a thing. I'm trying to be a better person than last year, and that's not something I want in my life. And yeah, so yeah, it got to a point where um, pretty much everybody knows this. So at this point, it doesn't really matter what I say. And I'm not sure if there's gonna be a part two to this video because like stuff is still happening. So this is like in progress. So well, yeah, I don't know. Sadie was hanging out with this kid named Jacob. I'm not sure his last name. I can never figure out his last name. I'm not gonna mention his last name, but she's hanging out with Jacob, and Jacob's trying to get his mind off of Kiki. Kiki got in a fight with uh Sadie's sister over some dumb shit. I was there. Like I was walking by and it happened. And then anyways, long story short, Kiki's mom ended up pulling her out of school. That's why Jacob said that he did what he did. And basically Jacob was screwing around with Sadie behind my back and they were doing stuff and it was just really gross and like I got a bunch of details I didn't need to know about. Sadie denies the majority of this, but then she, says this is true and then she's very confusing. I think I'm pretty sure that she did do what happened or what I've been told because like she's admitted it in a way and like not at the same time. I don't know. But yeah, it was like day two of us being broken up, and she was just screwing around with Jacob. It's like, why the fuck would you do that? How can you be in a relationship for like 2 months, end it, and then 2 days later screw around with another guy? Like, I don't know. That's pretty fucked up in my opinion. But people gotta do what they gotta do because people are their own people. Um, so she was walking down the hallway with Jacob, and she left Jacob, ran through the lunchroom, cut through this doorway, and started talking to me as I was walking down the hallway towards the direction that they were walking originally. And yeah, like she was talking to me, she was like, I want you back and stuff. And I was like, no, you don't, because you just want a thing, and I want a relationship, so it's not gonna work. And she was like, I don't know. Long story short, we ended up like hanging out basically the entire lunch and then splitting up. And you know, I stayed after that Tuesday because what was it? She ended it Friday because that was our 2 month anniversary, and she ended it on our 2 month anniversary, which sucked. And well, yeah, Monday she screwed around, and then Tuesday I stayed after, and she like threw herself at me. I didn't like want any like I didn't want what she was like. She was like, "Yo, you could like I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to go into details, but like she was like throwing herself at me, and I'm like, "Yo, I don't want this. I want a relationship." And next thing I know, we end up talking and sitting in a corner just talking, and her sister like flips out, and then she flipped out at her sister, so then she got suspended for a day, which was retarded, but like her sister was like, I'm gonna kick your ass. And then I made up with her sister, not like made up like kissing, but like I made up like, we're cool now. She hated me for a while, and I was like, listen, I would never hurt your sister in purpose, and I trust single as fuck, and I'm not sure what you've heard, but I promise you that I'm not like the way that you think I am. And like, she understood, like, I was being as understanding. I was trying to be like, I was trying to have her be as understanding as possible with the situation that I was in, and because I was like, you're like the way you see me, I was like, you're not giving me room to like, defend myself and tell you the truth. And then she like, I don't know. Eventually, I got her to believe me like that I was telling the truth about everything that was happening and like what was happening, and everything was good between us. And Yeah, now it's just it's like Sadie's like she like claimed me in a way. I don't know. Every time I try like moving on, she just flips out at somebody and it's like I want to move on because like the only thing that's ever in my head now is like um the thought of her and Jacob. So, yeah. I end up making this rap too, which will be released pretty soon as an audio file. It'll be kind of cool. Um but I'll rap a little bit for you guys. Um, yeah, and this piece has to do with the story that I'm telling right now. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Lost in an unknown galaxy, stuck in a world thinking about reality, thinking about what's real and what's not. People all around you putting you down, trying to stay up with the little air you got. Every day trying to alternate, it's one thing or another. Talk about the stuff you've been through, not gonna change much. True change happens when people see the mistakes. Every day asking how can I be better when the real question is who makes me better. A group you've been with might not be the best. Time to move on. You are you and no one can change that. You are who you want to be, so be the best. Ask yourself day in and day out, I want to be best that I can be. Let go of people that screw with me. People used to get in my head, make me want to drop dead, had a life choice, a new life. Be better over the worst, but still get hurt. Girl, you're making it hard for me. I'm trying to do everything that I can. I don't want to lose you, but I got demands. I want to be able to talk to you. Oh, well, I screwed that. I screwed that up. All right, so it says, but I got demands. I want to be able to talk to you. Dang it, I screwed it up again. But I got demands. I want to be able to stay up late talking to you. I want to be able to treat you like you're the only girl in the world. I want to be able to have a future with you. The real question is, will you be a part of it or are you going to screw around instead? So I messed up a few times, but basically that is like a little tiny piece of this entire rap song that I've made. It's huge, it's big, and it takes like about 2 minutes for me to rap going fast. And I rap pretty fast. Um, Yeah, so that's where we are right now. I stayed after the other day and like, I got kind of blocked in from Sadie because she just wanted to sit next to me. I was like, it was really funny. I was having a great time staying after I got all my work done and stuff. But yeah, it's hectic, It's like she wants to be with me is what it seems like, but she doesn't show it because she doesn't actually, she won't actually be with me. So I don't know what to do. She's like confusing the fuck out of me. You know, it's like picture this. Like the way I used to be is like, the relationship I used to be in, it was an open relationship. I'd do whatever the fuck I want, and then I'd be able to come back to her, and it was whatever. Even though she didn't like the open relationship idea and that she didn't want the open relationship, I still had an open relationship with her. And yeah, I'm not gonna name names for who that was because that's very, very sensitive info to me and to her, and that's just not something I want to get out. So yeah, I guess in a way, what I had with her was a thing, but I also had a thing with like a bunch of other chicks. So I don't know, it was crazy. What happened to Sadie is I guess she has been used to the same thing, and when we ended up getting back together a few more times, that was when like I guess she started to realize like I'm not just any other guy, like I'm sticking around, I'm gonna be there for you, and I don't talk shit about people, and I guess that's why, like, I'm not saying that's why she loves me, but I'm just saying like that's probably one of the reasons why she stuck with me for so long. And me being able to put up with people's shit is the reason why I'm able to like, or why I was able to stay with her for so long, you know. But everybody's got their own breaking point, and I've reached it a few times, but I'm still there, and you know, I guess like whenever she started screwing around with Jacob Wood, and I got all upset about that, I guess like I kind of snapped her back in reality and said like, not, I didn't say it, but I'm like, listen up, bitch. Like, this is what's up. I didn't say it like that. I didn't say that at all. But I'm like, basically, like, that's what's up. Um, and it kills me personally because, like, I got, uh, I don't know, I got these like screenshots and stuff like that about like how, she's like, I don't know. We had like a third person and first person conversation a while back over her sister's page, and I think it was the second time we broke up because of her sister. not wanting us to be together and stuff because of like all this crap that happened. In my last video I talked about, so oh yeah, wait, no, that was either the second or third time that's happened, us breaking up. And if you haven't seen my last video about why I haven't posted in a while, my Jewel video, check that out. It's all one video. Um, and yeah, so we're just talking in like third, first person. I'm like, like, listen, there's this one girl in my life, and she means everything to me. And I just kind of went into detail, and we ended up having like a conversation and almost like an argument. But she started listing like she was afraid of like losing me and all this stuff. And I was like, listen, you got to be able to face up to your fears and be able to like push through your fears. Otherwise, you can't really. I mean, picture yourself being able to like not outrun, but like being able to push through those fears, like what your life could be instead of what it is. And like I eventually like got her to like say like unblock me, and like I unblocked her, and like we're all good, and we're talking again. That's why we got back together for the fourth time. That's when that happened. But like all this like stuff, and like I'm checking it out now. It's over. It's almost like all the stuff that she said to me was like bullshit, because it's like everything that she's done lately has defied everything that she said to me in our relationship. So it's like it's killing me to like, I don't know. It's killing me. Like everything that's happening. I don't know. I'm being grounded for how long I've been. I'm still grounded day 25. And yeah, because of me being grounded for how long I've been grounded for, I've just missed out on so much. Memes, like stuff like that. Like I'm not weeboo, but like I still keep in touch with stuff like that, like some simple stuff. I'm not a PC user either, really, besides making YouTube videos and schoolwork. But yeah. So that's pretty much it. That's me babbling on about my relationship. If you guys want a part 2 to this video, just let me know in the comments. Please leave a like below, comment below, subscribe, and join us in the next video.